Yesterday, Trump said in a televised phone interview with Fox News concerning his supposed defeat of COVID-19 after contracting it, being hospitalized, and given exotic and FDA-unapproved treatments unavailable to most people, that it was because I'm a perfect physical specimen and I'm extremely young. A sane person wouldn't say that, especially if he or she had the physical problems that 74-year-old Donald J. Trump has. Let's see the obese Trump in a bathing suit. When he returned to the White House early this week, making a grand entrance dressed in a suit, he kept fumbling with his suit coat button as if he was trying to button it up and couldn't because of his enlarged girth, and he's been taking medication for high cholesterol for years. Plus, as of at least 2018, he has arteriosclerosis, which is heart disease consisting of the hardening of the arteries, according to cardiologists, that places him at high risk for having a heart attack or stroke within 5 years. His doctors tell him to eat less fat and exercise, but he knows better. Trump thinks exercise is for losers. He explained his theory about it years ago. It's that humans are like batteries that have only so much electrification in them, and when it is expended the batteries are no longer usable. Hasn't he ever heard of charging batteries? People talk allegorically about charging their batteries by exercising, which is exactly the opposite of Trump's theory. The man is insane in his view about exercise. Since Trump contracted COVID-19, he then spoke to the American public as if he is an expert on it. And as he did, he completely overturned the main medical guidelines about what to do to try to avoid getting it, just as he had been doing by not wearing a mask in public, refusing to social distance, and holding rallies of people doing likewise. He said that once you get COVID, when you catch it you get better. What happens is that you get better. That's what happens, you get better. Does Donald Trump's habit of repeating himself indicate some personality disorder? It's as if he has a fear that when he says something, he suspects the listener doesn't hear it or understand it, so he feels compelled to repeat it. When he does that, why doesn't anyone ever tell him that they heard and understood him the first time? Tell that you get better to the families of over 210,000 Americans who have died of COVID-19 in the past 8 months or those who are still fighting COVID-19. It indicates such a self-centeredness that he is unable to empathize with others who suffer more than he does. Besides, they didn't get the top doctor attention and drug treatments Trump got. Besides the so-called cocktail and remdesivir and Regeneron, his doctors even had him on steroids. None of those 210 plus Americans got that. Trump then said to America, "I'm a senior. I know you don't know that. Nobody knows that. Maybe you don't have to tell them. But I'm a senior." Talk about incoherence. Tuesday, Biden's running mate Senator Kamala Harris and Vice President Mike Pence held their first televised debate. The polls showed Harris winning the debate. Yet Trump, sounding off against women as he is prone to do, without any justification whatsoever, called Harris a monster and a communist. I'm sure that didn't go over too well. Women voters, who Trump has been losing by the droves. Would a sane person trying to get re-elected call Harris that, especially since she is not running against him for the presidency? Of course, it depends on how you define the word insane. There are mainly two definitions of it. I'm not using the legal definition, but the definition that most people nowadays use, which is unreasonableness, mentally ill, or severely disordered state of mind. Due to these recent outrageous statements President Trump has been making, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said today that Congress should hold serious discussions about President Trump's mental fitness to govern by considering invoking the 25th Amendment to the Constitution, which provides for the president to be replaced for such. That's getting pretty serious about the question of whether or not President Donald Trump is insane. Let's block ads. Why?
Show your love for him. Click the link in description. Thanks for watching.